guys, welcome to another week. You've got your flowers delivered. Can't wait to get into this week's box. It's a nice bright textured box and you're all gonna love it. Let's take a look at all of the individual items or the varieties that are going to be coming in your box. You've got the leucadendrums, which are gorgeous, South African natives, all grown in Victoria. A foliage element this week, we've actually got two. We've got the magnolia, which is a gorgeous green lush leaf on one side and a nice chocolate velvet, nice smooth contrasting foliage. We've got the pittosporum, which is a quite little dainty foliage. Gorgeous little sort of circular little flowers as it goes up the thick chocolate dark stems. Our feature flower this week are the most amazing vivid orange tulips, and something a little bit different. We have the amaranthus, which, if you can see, it's got some really nice sort of tendrils, like octopus tendrils, which are going to add just a bit of softness and a little bit of movement to your arrangement. So yeah, let's get creating. So we've unpacked our box and we've had a look at the individual elements coming to you this week. Now we're going to put our arrangement together. The vase that we're using this week is our BLOOMBOX Co-Standard vase. It's 25 centimeters in height and about 15 centimeters in diameter. Perfect for this week's flowers. We're going to start with the pittosporum to create a base. Now you just need to remove any, it's a bit hard. Remove any of those lower branches that are going to be in the water level, and then give the ends a quick trim, and then position just on a crisscross. Just like that. With these little smaller pieces, you can always strip them down and make sure you don't want to waste them either. Just gently position them around the neck of the vase. Just making sure that their stems are actually in the water. We've got some great magnolia foliage. We don't need the heaps of length on this because it's just going to add a little bit of contrast to the foliage element, and it will become sort of a feature. Just give it a little bit of wow factor to one side. That's a little bud a bit, so we'll poke that in through too. Next, we're going to work with the leucadendrums. The leucadendrums have a great strong stem, and they have this sort of like waxy sort of feel foliage around the outside. What you need to do is just give them a quick trim on their ends to open up the water level because they've been out of water for a little while. Pull down on the stem just to remove any of those lower leaves, just like that. And then nestle it amongst the foliage base. I'm choosing to position my two together, just to one side. Next, we're going to work with the amaranthus. Now, the amaranthus does tend to have sort of a more of a natural bend to it on its stems. I love the foliage, so we're going to leave the foliage attached. Just give it a little trim, and you can actually use the foliage, like the pittosporum, to support the top of the amaranthus as you position it amongst the blooms. Just like that. Adds a really nice sort of soft bellowing effect to the arrangement. And again, grab your second stem, give it a quick trim, give the vase a bit of a swivel, and yeah, in it goes. It's looking great, all the greens and the rusts. To finish off our arrangement this week, our feature flower are the gorgeous tulips. These are all grown locally in Lombok and they are fantastic. These are a couple of days matured, so they've got a bit of vivacious colour. yours will most likely be nice and in bud form still, so you'll have maximum longevity with them. So what you want to do is just weave the tulips amongst the other flowers. If you want to remove any of the lower foliage levels that need to be removed because they're cracked or they're going to not make it easier to get into the water, just gently pull down and give the end a little trim. Now the tulips, especially when they're cut, they will continue to grow towards the light most days. So a good little trick is every day, depending on where you've positioned your vase, just give the vase a little twist, just each day like a quarter. That way then you'll encourage the tulips to continue to grow in the direction that you've chosen to make your design. The Pittostrums are perfect foliage to use, and to use the foliage to weave the tulips amongst the other blooms. Just take your time with the tulips, they can snap quite easily, and you want to make sure you don't do that. Enjoy this week's arrangement, can't wait to see what you guys all put together. Make sure you share your pictures, and yeah, have a great week!